Hi, I'm Tom with the FCB Launch channel, and in this video I will show you how to set up appearance of objects. So I will show you how to set up different color of objects, how to set up specular reflections. So these reflections, these are smaller, brighter or no specular reflections. Also how to set up transparency. And the reason I'm creating this video is because in FreeCAD 1.0 the material system was reworked, and this brings with it a different default shader which has these channels which were a bit different previously. So I will talk about ambient color, diffuse color, emissive color, specular color, shininess and transparency in this video. And I'm using FreeCAD 1.1 in this tutorial. So let's start with the sample files where I have got simple for spheres where they have got the default material or appearance applied. Now if I have an object and I select it, I have the appearance properties in the view properties, and you can see here shape appearance. So I can access them here, or I can right click in the 3D window and select the appearance option, which opens up this task panel where you might see materials here, but we will not work with them, and we will assign custom appearance independent of materials. So if I click this appearance button, I will get to the material properties of just this object. So this is the first important thing to note, is that material properties, the appearance, can be based on the selected material, or it can be assigned to the object individually. So let's first talk about the most important channel, and that is diffuse color channel. It defines the base color of a surface when illuminated by light. It represents how the object scatters light evenly in all directions, independent of the viewer's angle. This property will influence the material color the most. So this is the default diffuse color. If I change this switch to red, and I will close and I deselect the object, you can see that this basically changes what we would say the color of the object. So this is quite simple and straightforward. Now let me select this second sphere and go to the appearance option, and let's talk about the ambient color now. The ambient color defines the color of a surface under indirect uniform lighting, representing how it appears when illuminated only by ambient light in a scene without directional light, shading or highlights. So let me just show you. If I change the color to the bright red one and I will hit close and I deselect the sphere, you can see this might be a bit confusing, but basically this is the color of the parts which have no direct light on them. So this channel is not as important one as the diffuse color, but for your typical material, I will select this sphere and go to the appearance. The ambient color for your typical, I don't know, paint material should be the same as the diffuse color, but a bit darker. But basically, you don't have to fiddle with this one. You can, if you are interested in just setting the color, you can just set the diffuse color. And now if I close, you can see that the difference is not that big if I have the default ambient color and the changed ambient color to the red one. Okay, so now let's select this sphere again, go to the appearance, and let's talk about the specular color, because this is the second most important channel after the diffuse color. The specular color defines the color and intensity of the bright mirror-like highlights that appear on shiny or reflective surfaces when light hits them directly. So for shiny objects, this should be set to bright colors. And you can see 3 examples. This one has no reflection or specular reflections, so this would be the black color. This has got some reflection, specular, so this would be like gray. And this one has a very powerful specular reflection, so this would be a white color. So here in FreeCAD, if I change the specular color to not gray, but some color, and I will choose, let's say, bright green, and I will make it very bright, and I will hit OK and close, you can see that these specular reflections are green, and they are of course tainted by the base color, so it shows like a yellow, and they are very bright. Now I will show it here. You can see how bright it is here. If I select this sphere, go to the appearance and change the specular color to complete black, you can see there are no specular reflections here, as you can see them here. And if I select this one again and go to the appearance and change specular color to complete white, so very bright, you can see it's not so visible, but these are much more intensive than this is. If I would select this one and change the specular color to something even less, you could see that the intensity here is much more than here. So basically most of materials have this specular reflection. If you imagine a snooker ball, it would have a powerful specular reflection. And then if you have some unpolished material, it also has this reflection, but it's not very promoted like here. Now let me switch these two spheres back to the default material. So if I go to the appearance and I set default, it changes all of the settings to the default material. So to have a good comparison, I will switch both of these to default, because now we will talk about, and I will select this one. Now we will talk about the shininess. This defines the size and sharpness of specular highlights on the surface. Higher values produce small, sharp highlights, while lower values create broad, soft highlights. You can see it here on this example. This is shininess set to max, which creates very small and concentrated specular highlight. And if I switch it to lower and lower values, you can see that the highlight gets bigger and bigger until it's with shininess 0, it's very, very big. So you have to understand that the specular color defines the intensity and the color of specular highlights, while shininess defines how big those highlights are. So I have got this sphere selected, and it has got shininess set to 90. And if I change that to very low number, like 20%, and I will close, you can see that the highlights are much bigger than with the default material. And if I select this one and change the appearance and set the shininess to 100, the highlights are very, very small. Now this might be confusing, because if you set the shininess to 0, you might think the object will not be shiny, but that's not the case, because the highlight is all over the object. So the shininess defines only the size of those highlights. Okay, so now let's take a look at the emissive color, and I'll reset the material properties of this one to default. And emissive color defines the color of a surface that appears to emit as if it were a light source, independent of external lighting, making the object look self-illuminated. For normal materials which don't emit any light, it should be set to black. So the black is default, but if I change it to, let's say, bright green, hit OK, hit close, and deselect the object, you can see that it looks like it's self-illuminating green color. And the important thing is that it does not illuminate the light on other objects. So it does not behave as a light. It's only self-illuminating. And we will see it better if we switch off all the lights in our scene. So in FreeCAD 1.1, I will go to Edit, Preferences, and then Display and Light Sources. And this is new in FreeCAD 1.1. I will switch off main light, backlight, and fill light, hit OK. And you can see that only the self-illuminating object is now emitting light. These are black because I have got no lights in my scene. So this is how you know it's self-illuminating. I will turn the lighting back on, all of the 3 lights, hit OK. And the last channel I will talk about is the transparency channel, which is quite clear. It defines how much light passes through an object, making it partially or fully see-through. So if I set the transparency to 80, hit close, you can see that this sphere is 80% transparent, and all of the other channels are still valid. So I can set whether it has specular highlights or not. And if I select it and change the appearance and I set transparency to 100%, it will be 100% transparent. So only this line now is visible because this is not the appearance. So I can still select the sphere and change the transparency to 0. Now I will also tell you what this reset button do. Basically it resets all the changes that I did in this material properties since I opened it. So you can see that I changed the transparency, and let's say if I change the ambient color, and now I find out, oh, this is not right. I will reset, and it changes back to before I opened the material properties. So you can see that there's a difference between setting the default material and resetting the last changes. So I will set the transparency to 0 and close. So these are the channels of the default shader in FreeCAD, and basically these channels are standard in computer graphics. So if you use these channels in basically any rendering software, it should know how to use them. In FreeCAD 3D viewport, it's used by the Coin3D library. And as I've told you, you can change them using if I right click, using the appearance task panel. And also if I have something selected and go to the view properties, I can go to the shape appearance, and here I have got all of these channels that I work with. So I can change them from here. And you can see that by default, the shape appearance property, if I change that one, it changes the diffuse color. So this is right because the diffuse color is the most important one that defines the appearance of the object. Now, if you work with materials, materials can also have view properties assigned. So let me, if I open an editor and I select, let's say, this aluminum, you can see that in the appearance swatch we have got these 6 basic rendering channels. If you want to know more about how the new material system in FreeCAD 1.0 works, you can check out my tutorial where I did a deep dive into the material system of FreeCAD. The link to that tutorial is in the description box below. If you like tutorials like this one, consider supporting the FCB Lounge channel by donating through the Ko-Fi page. The link is in the description box below. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.